pass your awareness down the body, starting at the head. Let me know if you find anything.
There's heaviness in the third eye area. There's tightness in the neck and shoulders.
Yes.
And in the low back.
What else do you notice?
The pressure feels on the left side towards the front, down in the sacral area.
Very good. What else stands out?
Nothing at the moment.
Very good. So let's bring your attention back up to that third eye and the heaviness, that heavy sensation that you feel there in the third eye. And as you connect very deeply with that energy, as you connect very deeply, if you could give that energy a color, what color comes to mind?
Black.
Very good. And if that black energy that's there in the third eye could speak with us, if it could speak with us, what would it say?
I'm not getting anything other than a throbbing.
Okay, very good. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael to assist us with this energy that's throbbing there. I'm going to ask him to bring through a little more information and clarity about what this black energy is in the third eye. Tell me what you hear or what you get. What is that energy? Is that something that's been placed there?
The word shield is coming up.
Very good. And has that shield been placed there to prevent you from using that third eye? Is it blocking you?
Yes.
Okay. And so we're going to begin to dissolve that shield. And I'm going to ask Michael to assist by placing the net of light around that shield. We're going to begin to pour in a powerful white light. We're going to pour it right over that shield. And I want you to see or imagine that shield beginning to dissolve, just to completely dissolve. And we're going to ask Michael to use the net of light to collect any fragments of the shield, anything that needs to be removed, beginning to pull that energy up and out of the crown, pulling it up and out of the crown. And I'm going to ask the guides and angels to continue to channel in that bright white light illuminating that third eye area, making sure that any additional blockages are released, cleansing, clearing, and balancing that chakra, that powerful energy center. As that energy flows in, tell me if you feel anything different now. How does that area feel?
Lighter.
Does it feel like all of that shield has been removed? Or is there anything else there?
I still feel pieces of it.
Okay. And what is it that we need to use to clear out those pieces? Tell me what comes through.
Vacuum.
Very good. That's perfect. So I want you to visualize a very powerful vacuum, the most powerful vacuum. And we're going to bring that vacuum in and we're just going to suction the rest of those shield fragments up and out of that third eye, just vacuuming and suctioning all of those remaining fragments into that vacuum. Tell me when you feel that's been completely cleared.
It feels clear.
Very good. And is there any additional colors of energy you'd like to use in that third eye? What color comes to mind?
White.
Okay, we'll continue to use that bright white light of source. Now, asking all of the guides to begin to channel that energy into the third eye, bringing in any third eye activations that Megan needs today, making sure that she has that nice open connection between her and her guidance. Beautiful. I'm going to ask the guides and angels and the higher self to continue working on that as needed. Let's bring your attention down to that tightness that you were feeling in the neck, and the shoulders, and even the lower back. But let's focus on the neck and shoulders for just a moment. If that energy there in the neck and shoulders could speak with us, if that energy could speak, what would it say?
It feels like a heavy burden.
Heavy burden. Very good. And as we connect in with that heavy burden, let's follow that energy back. Let's follow that energy back through time and space to the very first time that you felt that heavy burden, the very first time that you felt that heavy burden weighing you down. Be there now. Tell me what you see or what you sense.
A little boy carrying too much responsibility.
How old is this boy? Do you get a sense of that?
7.
Why is it that this young boy had so much responsibility?
I think the family needed him to carry a lot of the burdens. They weren't able to do it, so he needed to step up. This was a long time ago. I feel like I'm wearing sandals and a loose cloth with a rope belt.
And do you feel like this is you in a past life, or do you feel like this is the past life of a soul that's attached to you there? Do you get a sense of that?
I think it's me.
Very good. Tell me more about the life of this little boy. What's important for us to know?
I don't think he needed to carry the burden. I think he just saw what was happening and felt like he needed to take on the troubles of his parents. I think he was witnessing their struggles and taking the burden on himself so that he could lighten their load.
Yes. So let's do this. Let's do some healing for this young boy and all of that responsibility that he's been carrying. And I want you to just visualize yourself as this young boy. And we're going to bring in the light of source. And we're going to flow that light of source in through this young boy's crown, allowing that energy to flow all the way down to those shoulders where he's been carrying all that burden. And it begins to transmute that energy, releasing the weight of those responsibilities off of his shoulders. We're even going to bring in the beautiful light of Source into this entire lifetime with this family who was dealing with challenges and issues. And as that light flows in, it begins to shift this experience into a higher frequency, one where there was ease and flow and balance. And his parents didn't have the challenges that they did, but lived a life of joy so that he could live the life that he needed to live. And as that energy, that beautiful white source light energy surrounds this family, tell me how you notice this young boy transforming in the scene.
He's jumping around like a little boy. He's smiling, he's laughing. The burden's been lifted.
Beautiful. And so let's bring that energy that we're working with in the scene, and we're going to flow it in, that beautiful white light into your shoulders. Also helping to release any residue left from this lifetime. Any burden that you've been carrying that was unresolved is gently being released, transformed, transmuted. Almost like we're placing a soothing balm around the shoulders and the neck, releasing all of that burden. Tell me how that feels as that energy flows in.
Amazing. Much more relaxed. Pressure's gone. The tightness is gone.
Very good. And let's flow down to that back. Let's check that lower back. Is that lower back a separate issue, or was that also connected to that burden and responsibility?
I think it's separate, but I don't know.
Very good. Let's check that out. We're going to bring your attention to that lower back, just connecting in very deeply with the energy in the lower back. And as we connect in it, do you get a sense if that's a conscious energy or if that's a trapped or a blocked energy there? What comes through?
Trapped energy.
Very good. And if that trapped energy had an emotion, what would the emotion be?
Fear.
Yes, very good. We're going to follow that fear back. Follow that fear back through time to the very first time that you felt that feeling of fear. The very first time that you felt that fear. Be there now. Tell me what you notice or what's happening around you.
I'm a child and I don't feel safe.
Tell me if you're male or female.
Female.
Do you feel like this is you in this life, or do you feel like this is a different life?
I'm not sure.
Take a look at yourself. Just focus in on yourself for just a moment. Look down at your feet. See if you can notice what you're wearing on your feet.
I'm barefoot.
Scan up your body. Tell me if you can notice what you're wearing.
It's not this lifetime. I think I'm wearing fur of some sort,
Mm-hmm.
like an animal. covering.
Very good. How old do you feel in this scene?
Maybe around 3.
Mm-hmm. And so, as you look around in this place, tell me what you notice or what stands out to you.
I'm terrified. Something bad is happening and I don't know what it is, but I'm very afraid. I don't feel safe. I'm crying, but there's nobody there to help me.
Mm. So, allow yourself to strengthen all of your inner senses, your inner knowing, bringing in more clarity, bringing in some of that white light to make this scene even brighter so that you understand what is creating these, this lack of safety, this fear that you're experiencing. What do you get?
There's chaos. I don't know if it's a natural disaster
Mm-hmm.
or something big. Like I've been separated, I'm by myself. I think everyone's gone. I don't know if it was a disaster or an animal or something, but I'm by myself and I'm very scared because there's no one around to help me and they're all gone.
Allow yourself to expand out just a little bit, almost as if you're giving yourself a wider viewpoint of what's happening in this place. Just pulling your attention back and see if you can connect in with what it was that caused that chaos.
Fire keeps coming up, but I'm not feeling heat. So I don't know if I'm further away from it. I don't feel it myself, but it feels like there's been total destruction.
Mm. What do you imagine has happened to your family? What comes through?
They're all gone. I'm by myself.
Very good. So,
And I'm frozen. I don't know what to do. I'm just standing there crying.
yes, let's allow yourself to move forward just a little bit in this life to the next important scene. Just allowing yourself to simply observe what's happening. You won't feel any sensations. You can simply observe it. As you move forward, tell me what's happening next in this place. What happens to you?
I'm still alone. I'm I feel like I'm living in a forest or a jungle or something.
How old do you feel in this scene?
Maybe 10. I haven't found any people. I've been by myself. So I've been very connected to the animals and the plants.
And how does it feel to you to be so alone? What are some of the emotions that you're having?
Well, this is my life now. So I don't I don't know any different anymore. I can barely remember being around people.
Very good. So just allow yourself to move forward to the very last day in this life. Once again, simply observing the very last day. You won't feel any sensations. Tell me what's happening on that very last day in this lifetime.
I feel like I'm in a cave and I'm old. And I just spent my life alone. I don't have any regrets. It was a beautiful life. I was really connected to nature in it. I learned its rhythms and I saw the divinity in all of it. The animals never hurt me. They always looked out for me and loved me. And I loved them. It was a beautiful life.
Very good. Very good. So, as you look back over that lifetime, what was the purpose or the reason you chose to experience that life?
To know I could rely on myself and that I was supported even without parents or siblings or a community. I didn't need that in order to thrive. I lived a life that really helped me appreciate all life forms. It's a very sacred life.
Very good. Very good. So, now that we understand that there was great purpose behind that tragic experience in that life, let's begin to bring in that white light once again. Just bringing your attention back to that very first scene where there was chaos and you had all of that fear. And as that young girl in that life, we're going to begin to flow that beautiful, powerful source light energy over her, giving her the ability to know that her path ahead would be one of great learning and connection. And we're going to bring that energy back into the lower back. I want you to feel that white light flow in, releasing all of that fear, all of that worry and concern that you've stored in that back from that lifetime, just letting it all go and expanding that energy out. Tell me how that lower back feels now.
So much better. Feels free.
Beautiful. And we'll just ask the angels and guides, the higher self, to continue working to release those energies and bring in the healing. And let's bring your attention down to that left side in the sacral area, just connecting with that pressure that you felt there, connecting in with that sacral area. And as you are connected, tell me, does it feel like you've got a trapped energy, a blocked energy, or a conscious energy in that area?
I'm sensing a gray blob. I don't know whether it's I'm not sure what it is.
Very good. And this gray blob, if this gray blob could speak with us, if it could, what would it say?
I don't want to go.
Yes. And this energy, this gray blob that's there in the sacral that doesn't want to go, is this energy male or female?
Male.
Yes. And this male energy, can you recall the name that you were called in your last incarnation?
Joe came up and then Bob, so I'm not sure.
Let's see which one resonates. Is it Joe or is it Bob? What can we call you?
Bob.
Very good. Bob, how old are you?
12.
Very good, Bob. I want you to think back to that very last day of your life. Bob, I want you to tell me what happened to you. How did you lose your body?
I think it was in the water. I think I jumped off a bridge or fell off a bridge. I see a bridge in water.
Mm-hmm. Were you there on that bridge by yourself, or were there others there with you?
I think I was with friends.
And so, as you connect even more deeply with the scene that you're looking at, tell me what you remember about that bridge. What were you doing on that bridge?
I think we were laughing and pushing each other, and I got pushed and I lost my footing and fell over.
Mm. So it was an accident.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose.
Very good. And Bob, as you entered the water, tell me what part of your body was impacted the most.
I think I hit my head on rocks or something. So it was fast.
Very good. So, Bob, we're going to do a little bit of healing for you today. I've got these beautiful angels, Archangel Michael and the other archangels that are here with us. And I'm going to ask them to begin to channel in a beautiful healing energy right there into the head, allowing any damage from that experience to begin to repair, feeling that energy flowing all throughout your body, repairing any other damage that you might have received as you fell into that water. We're going to have the guides and angels begin to activate that divine spark of light within you. Bob, I want you to tell me how that feels.
It feels great.
Very good. Bob, how long have you been with Megan? At what age was she when you attached to her?
I I think I think she was in her 40s.
Mm-hmm. What was she going through at the time that allowed you to attach to her?
She was struggling with her family dynamics. She was really lost and scared and frustrated and mad and didn't know how to fix it. And she would go outside and stand behind the shed and under the trees and just cry. And I saw her and I felt like I would make her feel better.
Yes. Very good. And so, Bob, can you share with us some of the issues that you may have caused for Megan as you've been attached to her?
Mhm. She started having really heavy periods and became anemic. I think I was drawing a lot of energy.
Are you just attached to the sacral there, or are you attached in other places as well?
No, just here.
Okay. Very good.
She reminded me of my mom, and I missed her, so
Yes.
I wanted to comfort her.
So, Bob, I want you to look around when you passed in that water that day. There was a white light that you may have not seen, but I want you to look around and tell me if you see that beautiful white light of Source today.
I see it.
And as you look into it, I want you to tell me who's there waiting for you.
Grandparents. Grandparents were there.
What do they say to you?
It's time to come home.
Bob, are you ready to go back with your grandparents and start your own life?
Yes.
Get your own body back. Beautiful. So, Bob, what I want you to do is I want you to begin to disconnect your energy from Megan's sacral. I'm going to have Archangel Michael use the net of light to assist you in releasing your energy. We're going to begin to release all of that energy, just pulling it completely up and out of Megan. Bob, I want you to tell me when you've got all of your energy completely disconnected.
I'm out.
Very good. And Bob, before you go, is there anything that you'd like to say to Megan?
I liked being with you. You made me feel safe and loved.
Very good. Megan, can you forgive this soul for just wanting to be with you during a time of need?
Of course, I
Beautiful.
forgive you.
Very good. So I'm going to ask the archangels to bring in any additional healing that Bob needs before he starts the next part of his journey, and that they will escort him back into the light of Source, back into the light with lots of love we send you. Let's begin to repair that sacral. What color do we want to use there?
Orange.
Very good. Let's bring in that beautiful high frequency orange of that sacral. We're going to ask all of the guides to begin to channel that energy right into that area, releasing any residual energy left behind by the soul. I'm going to ask Michael to cut any cords and connections between you and Bob. And we're going to just expand that energy out. I want you to almost feel that chakra begin to spin. Feel that energy begin to spin as that chakra comes back online, asking the guides to repair any damage left behind. Tell me how that feels now.
It feels good.
Very good. So I want you to bring your attention back to that beautiful garden with all of those beautiful plants, those tall trees that are just swaying and blowing in the breeze, and the butterflies that are flying around so peacefully. And you're sitting there on that bench in that garden. And as you gaze out in front of you in this garden, you notice that There is a stone path that winds through the garden and off into the distance. And you want to find out more about what is at the bottom of that path in this place. And so you begin to make your way off of this bench and over to the path. And you begin to walk down into the garden. And as you make your way down this path and further into the garden, I want you to look around. Tell me if there is anything that you notice or anything that stands out to you in this place.
It's beautiful. I see um, like a stone. How would I describe this? Like a gazebo made out of stones.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been here a long time. It's really beautiful. Feels very sacred.
Mm. Do you feel like you can move toward this gazebo?
Yes.
Allow yourself to move closer to this gazebo. And as you do, tell me what else stands out to you or what you notice.
It feels familiar, like I've been here before. It's ancient, has a lot of sacred energy around it.
And in this place, do you get a sense if you're male or female?
Female,
How old do you feel?
14.
And as you focus on yourself in this place, tell me what you're wearing on your body.
I have on sandals and I'm wearing a white long white dress robe kind of thing with a rope belt. It's warm. I have like the energy of Greece with this beautiful blue sky and that incredible bright sun. The energy just feels so high here.
And in this place, do you feel like it's just you, or do you notice if there are others there with you?
I come here to be alone, so I don't see anyone else around at the moment.
Tell me what it is that you do when you're in this place. What do you come there for?
I come to connect. I come to get away from everyone else's energy and requests or demands on my time. So I'm sneaking some time to myself to just enjoy the beautiful day and the flowers and the clear blue sky and the clear blue water. So beautiful.
Tell me more about that energy that you felt around this gazebo. What is that energy?
Feels like ancient divine energy. Just a very, like it's been here forever and it will be here forever. It's timeless and magical, and I feel so blissful when I'm here. Just the outside world just falls away and I'm just connected to all that is. It's a beautiful, safe, sacred, peaceful place.
Beautiful. And so, what is it about your life that causes you to want to escape to this beautiful place? What are those demands that are put on you?
get the impression I'm mm, maybe a servant. I have to take care of other people. I don't have my time is not my own. I have a lot of demands.
How does that make you feel?
Like I enjoy this freedom all the more because there's such a contrast when I go back that it's really beautiful to just connect here and be. I get the impression as a servant, you don't get seen. You are an object, but not valued. But here I feel seen and heard and divine.
Beautiful. Just allow yourself to connect even more deeply with all of that divine energy, just breathing it into the body, allowing it to flow into every cell, bringing in all of that peaceful energy that you need. Tell me how that feels.
Heavenly. It's just a blissful feeling to be filled up with source.
Very good. Very good. And so, as you are connected in this space, is there anything else that stands out to you that's important to know about this place where you are?
I'm reminded that that feeling is always inside and I can access it anytime. I don't have to actually physically get away. It's always within.
So, tell me more about how you can bring that feeling of peace and serenity and divinity into this life that you're living now.
Just remembering that it's all inside. It doesn't matter what else is happening around me. It doesn't matter what else is going on in the world. That connection, that divine source is me, and it's never gone away. It's always been there. I just have to remember to focus on it and to let everything else go.
And she said she feels like she's always being divinely guided and that things just seem to align in the most perfect way. What's creating that beautiful alignment in her life?
She's finally listening. She's finally paying attention. It's been there her whole life. She just didn't always recognize it for what it was or trust it enough to listen to it. And she's finally reached the stage where it's been building her whole life. But now she's ready for it and she's living much more on purpose to find that inner connection. When she was really little, maybe 5, she woke up one morning and she had this knowing that she'd been home and that her entire life was really all just about her. Everything that happened would be for her. And she knew it was, she didn't remember it. She just had this knowing. She knew it was significant and then she forgot about it. But the seeds were planted from a very early age that she was connected. She was receiving everything she needed. She just had to let go of fear and had to let go of focusing on external things instead of just trusting what was coming through inside. And now she trusts it. And that's why life is flowing, because she's finally not trying to swim upstream. She's letting it guide her.
And so when you say she went home, where is home for her?
She always thought it was heaven. I don't know where she went. It wasn't, she didn't remember it. She just remembered the feeling when she woke up.
Mm.
But it felt, what came through for her was that it was home, her real home, not this home. This dimension wasn't where she was really from. And that stayed with her whole life, because she never really had a fear of dying. She never had that kind of fear. She had other fears, but not that.
What can you tell her about what she came to do in this lifetime? What did she come here to this dimension for?
She came to master her life. She came to put all the pieces together and to be a part of a historic time in Earth's history. She's so blessed, and she knows it, to be here during this time, to experience this, she's finally gotten most of the pieces together. She's finally focusing on what's going on inside, but she's also taking care of her body much more so than she ever has, by the way she's eating. And as she's eating better, she's moving more, which is also good. So she's recognizing how important the physical ascension is, and that she has to get the body ready for it. And that means clearing out all the toxins, and not just the physical ones, but all the ones you can consume through life in this reality. So she's finally pulling in more light, and that's allowing her to access more memories and more knowings, because she's here to help with the ascension. It's the first thing that ever really made sense in life, was that this is what it was all about.
What is her role to help in this ascension? What is she here to do with that?
She's here to be a light. She's here to spread her light. She's here to anchor in the light. She's here to reflect people's light to them, so that they start to see their own divinity. She's here to honor all of it, all aspects of it. She's here to lead. She's here to heal. She's going to remember more and more about what her gifts are. It's a process. It doesn't all happen overnight, as much as that bothers her.
Well, that is one of her questions. She wants to know a little more about those spiritual gifts. What can you share with her today?
Well, she's tapping into some of them already. I mean, the energy healing she's been fascinated with for a long time, and she used to do a lot of that work, and the crystals were part of it. She's connecting to the crystals, and they're helping to amplify her intentions, and she feels very drawn to them because she's remembering how important they are. So it's all going to happen. It's just patience is something she's mastered, but she just has to let it come out when it's time. It's all divine timing. You can't rush it. She knows that. She's experienced it so many times. It doesn't stop her from wanting it faster, but she gets it. It's coming.
I think we all feel that way.
Yeah.
Tell her about those crystals because she said she feels like she has a beautiful obsession with those crystals. What does she need to know?
That they were calling to her as much as she was searching for them. She chose the right ones. They came into her life for a reason. They're all providing her with the amplitude that she needs. So each one brings different energies, different taps into different abilities. And she just tunes in the morning to decide which one's calling to her. And that's how she needs to do it. Just keep playing with the energies, keep letting it come through, and they're helping her amplify her light and her energy, and they're bringing through what she's been asking for, which is that connection. It connects to the land too. That these all came from Mother Gaia. So she's had so many lifetimes where that was a big part of her world, was the connection to the earth. So this is anchoring in all those lifetimes and abilities and energies and memories as well.
And she says she finds herself once again in a beautiful place, just surrounded by all of the nature and the elements. How is this place where she lives? How is that affecting her and helping her?
Oh, it's healing all of them, but it's definitely healing her. She was pretty wounded when she got to this place. She was pretty shut down, and so being here, they've got the two dogs, so she's outside with the dogs every day, no matter what the weather is. And she's blessing the land and the plants and the minerals and the elementals and the animals and the people. And she's doing her work. She's sending out high vibrational light in all directions and grounding it in, and it's helping everyone in every direction because she's being healed by being in nature. And so that healing is spreading to all those around her.
Beautiful. And it sounds like she has a very strong connection already, but she wants to know how she can strengthen that connection between her and her higher guidance even more, receiving. What does she need to know about that? She's very connected, isn't she?
She's so connected. She's already connected. She just doesn't experience it the way she thinks she should. So she's not seeing, you know, in her mind's eye, she doesn't see the messages, but she has this instant knowing, and she feels it in her body. She knows it. The messages are there all the time. We're always with her. She sees so much more than she recognizes. And it's a gift she needs to appreciate. And so when there's more that should show up, it will show up. But in the meantime, the more she can just go inside and connect and ask her questions and listen, she'll get the answers. She gets the answers when she's not expecting it. That's what it is. She's going about her day and something will happen and she'll like, oh, that's what you're trying to tell me. Yeah. Yes, that's what we're trying to tell you. We were trying to tell you all day. You're not listening. Oh, she's funny.
I love that. Very good. Thank you for that. So she recently had an energy healing session, and the energy of Joan of Arc came through and gave her some information about she needed that energy to help her strengthen her mission. What can you tell her about that?
The energy is about, so Joan of Arc was young. She was feminine. She was a warrior, though. She was very strong in her connection, in her convictions. And it's about trusting your own inner knowing and not falling prey to something anybody else says. It's this inner conviction that she needs to tap into. She's got it. She just, sometimes she thinks there are more answers out there through other people than there are through herself, and that's not the case. So the energy of Joan of Arc is really about being solid in her own power, in her own knowing, in her own strength. And the mission will unveil as she gets there. It's not about knowing the end destination. It's about, this is all about having faith in the process and not needing to know more than one step in front of you. You walk down the path, but it's like reading the last page of the book. If we tell you what the mission is, then it takes all the fun out of it. That's one of the reasons why you created all these blocks and things, because you didn't want to know the end. You know the end, but you don't want to know the end. So you've allowed yourself to create this beautiful journey of not knowing, because that was the fun of it. So we're not going to spoil it now. We're not going to tell you what the last bit of the book is. You're going to get to unravel it as you go and try and figure it out. And that's why you're here. It's about the journey. It's not the destination. It's about appreciating where you are every moment in every day. And when you need to know the next step, you're going to know the next step, because we're not going to give you a choice.
I love it.
She
Absolutely
doesn't.
beautiful.
She doesn't love it. She doesn't love it at all, but
Sounds like she's doing a pretty good job, though, of flowing as much as she can.
yeah. That doesn't mean she wouldn't like some more info, but
Well,
yes.
I think, like I said, we all feel that way too. But you're right. Waiting to, if you told us what was going to happen, it wouldn't be so much fun, would it?
Well, and I think part of it is you don't want to you just want to be there because it's
Yes.
going to be so amazing that you wouldn't want to come back and do it. So part of the reason that she's not seeing it is because she would spend her entire existence wanting to be somewhere else. She's lived that life before. She told you about that yearning to be where she wasn't. And
Mm-hmm.
that was a preview to this. And it's about not wanting to be there, but wanting to be here and wanting to experience all the joy and all the wonder that comes from being in the now moment and appreciating the now moment and not worrying about what's coming. It's going to come. It's not a matter of if, it's coming sooner than you think. So enjoy the ride because that's what you signed up for.
Beautiful. Beautiful. She also wanted to know Archangel Michael knighted her as a spiritual warrior. What was that? What was that about?
I was about asking her to step into her spiritual power, into um, tapping into her gifts, her abilities, her mission, which is being a light weaver. She she's the glue that holds the everything together. She's the one that makes it all work, and she always has from the time she was little. That was always the role she played. That mother energy that just kind of worked in the background to make it all work. And the the blessing from Archangel Michael was about reinforcing her light and her confidence in herself and getting her ready to do the work she's doing, to anchoring in the light and to calling it in on purpose and just spreading it on purpose and to blessing everything around her. That was what it was about.
She wonders, why did she design so many blocks to her memory in this lifetime? She's wanting to know why she has trouble remembering some of the events and experiences in her life.
She came in with the memory blocks because she didn't want to remember too early on who and what she was. And she wanted to enjoy the unfolding of it. So there are a lot of things in her life that were beautiful that she remembers. There's a lot of things in her life that were beautiful that she doesn't remember. But she remembers the feelings. She remembers the important stuff. And there were a lot of painful things that she forgot. And that was also partly by design, just because she didn't need to carry all of that around. So you take the good memories and the bad memories, and some of them are gone, and that's okay. And, timelines have shifted and realities are changing and wonky. So things that she remembers, sometimes she's with people that don't remember it that way because they're on a different wavelength, so to speak. So she has this battle with her oldest sister that she lives with now, because her older sister always felt like she had a perfect memory and remembered everything. She could remember such and such a date, 23 years ago, and this is what she was wearing, and this is what happened. And as they've started living together, a lot of clashes have come up between what each of them thinks they remember. And it doesn't matter. None of them matter. None of the memories. They all create the kaleidoscope, but they're not. It's not important. And so the memory blocks were also about forgetting who she was, and that was important to her this time. She didn't want to remember her power because she wanted to discover it again. And so it's the beauty of, so there's a line from Michael Crichton in Jurassic Park that Jeff Goldblum speaks in the movie, and he talks about the scientists that took information that others had come up with, and they chose to create this miraculous experience with dinosaurs. But they weren't the ones that built the knowledge to begin with. And so they didn't honor it. They didn't appreciate it. They didn't really, what he was implying was they didn't really think it through. Maybe this wasn't a good idea to create living dinosaurs with man on the same time frame. But that idea of learning it yourself, that journey of discovery, of coming up with your own path, not because you remember past ones, or not because you're remembering parallel ones or someone else's version of your reality. It's tuning in and trusting your own version, your own feelings and emotions in the moment that create the magic. And so it always comes back to going inside and trusting yourself and letting everything else go. And if you don't remember things the way someone else does, oh well, it's not a big deal. You remember what you need to remember. And there will come a time when it's all open to you, and you have access to all of it. So why stress over it now? It's there. You'll get to it eventually.
Very good. Very good.
Does this feel like they don't remember what it's like to be in a human body? Oh, Lord, this can be frustrating. Sorry.
Tell me about that. Oh, goodness. All right. So she said she's been having some low back pain recently. Is that from anything that we cleared off of her today, or is there anything else there that we need to look at?
No, I think we cleared it.
Okay, very good. And any open portals in the body or anywhere that energy is being siphoned that you can see?
No.
Okay, very good. Very good. She wants to know a little bit more about her son. They've had this very strong connection, very powerful bond. She feels like they have a strong soul connection. What can you tell her about that?
They do. They had a contract to be together, and they were very close. So it was a remembering when he was born. She just remembered the feeling of, it was just a really strong soul connection. She just was tapping into that they had. And so it was like she looked at it as though it was a real gift that she got to have a third child who was a boy, who was also someone so special in her soul journey. So it was just a little miracle she got to experience.
What can you share with her about his role here on earth at this time?
He's a very independent, doesn't rely on others, doesn't, he lives in the moment. He doesn't plan. He he focuses on what's important to him and he lets everything else go. He's a very he's very deep. He's a natural leader. People are drawn to him. He's very trustworthy. He's got a lot of integrity. He's like a rock of strength. He's just very solid in who he is this time, and he's a joy to be around.
Beautiful. And what can you tell her about her daughter, Kelly? What is she here to do? What does she need to know about her?
Kelly is so full of life. She's the life of the party every day. She's got a lot of love. She's just a lot of fears she's got to overcome, but she's working through some big things in her life now too, and she's growing. She's learning. She's great. It's a really wonderful bond they have.
Very good. And she wanted to know about her middle daughter. When she was around 6 or 7, she had this spark of fire dance up on her arm. It just came out of nowhere and then vanished. What was that spark?
It was a divine elemental gift, just full of joy and happiness, and it was just there to show her some magic and help her understand she was gifted, that she could see it and experience it and appreciate it. It was a little gift from source.
And she seems to have a very strong connection, but not quite being able to acknowledge it just yet. Why is that?
She just isn't ready to. She has some fear around it and doesn't understand what her life could be like if she allowed that to be part of her life more consciously. So it's okay. She'll embrace it when she's ready. She's just not ready. That's okay. Her mom sees it, but she doesn't yet.
And who was that hand that she felt on her shoulder that one time? Almost like somebody was touching her.
I think it was her grandfather,
Hmm.
which is kind of ironic given the fact that back then, when they were all living, they all smoked. But I think they were just trying to give her a nudge that, not the best thing for your body. She stopped eventually, but they were just letting her know they were there, and they did it when she was about to do something she shouldn't have been doing. So that's why it happened then.
I see. And so, anything that you can share with her about her role here at this time? What's she here to do?
Well, she was the mother to 3 very special children, and she's got a lot of power in her she hasn't tapped into yet. She's been afraid to. She's another Gemini. She's an interesting dichotomy of very strong and also having a lot of fears. But she doesn't let them stop her, which is good. They hurt her because when you're in fear, you're not allowing the divine to flow through you. But that's a learning she's choosing as well. So it's all good.
Very good. And what can you tell her? What can you tell Megan about her grandchildren? What does she need to know about these souls?
There's such light in her life. She feels she loved being a mother, but she loves being a grandmother. It's just magical to watch. And each of the children they've all got their own little amazing gifts and strengths. And Carter's very sensitive. He's very artistic. He's the oldest and always very awkward. But it's just a really sweet soul. Cole is gorgeous. He's just a beautiful little boy, and he knows it. He's quite comfortable with it. It is so much fun to watch. He's got so much confidence. He's really smart. He's just things come naturally to him. He's so far looks like he's set up a life of maybe a little bit more ease than some others, just because he's smart, he's good looking, he's confident. He seems to have all of the things that make life a little bit simpler sometimes, maybe not as much struggling. Matthew is just such a divine soul. He's very sensitive. He has an interesting dynamic with his father that is troubling to Megan to watch, but that's their choice to play out. And he's the boy, he's the oldest, so he struggles a little bit with friends his own age. He's always willing to help, but he's very soft energy. He's very open, and so he needs to be around kids that are like that too, who are more energetically open than closed off. I think that would help him. Lily's changed when she became a middle child instead of the youngest. She is they're all very connected. She's very connected, and also very strong-willed, very smart, very powerful. She's going to be a force in her life as well. She struggles to be seen. She is always vying for attention, but that'll settle down. She's gonna find her way. And then Eleanor she wasn't taking no for an answer. She was going to join this family. So she showed up right in the middle of a pandemic, and she was our little miracle baby, and she's very advanced. She's physically, verbally, mentally very, very advanced, connected, very strong-willed too. She's got a mission to lead somehow in this life, and she was gonna make sure she got on the train. She did. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're a good group.
Beautiful. Very good. Are there any final messages today? Anything else that you'd like to bring through for Megan in today's session?
Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep the diet clean. Keep the inner work going. Just keep tapping in. Do the energy work. Do the grounding. Do the blessings. All of that makes a big difference. So that's it.
Very good. Thank you so much for all of that beautiful information and this beautiful connection that we've experienced today.